What's up, my dudes? Hope you guys have a most excellent day today. And today we're going to bring you some of the juiciest drama on fucking Twitter. Because, of course, it's furries and Twitter. So a few of you may have seen recently, KFC made a post, which should be appearing on the screen right now, where they implied that Colonel Sanders has got a fursuit. Now, this was done on the Spanish KFC, not the English or American, just so you guys know where to find it. And it's pretty clear from the get-go that some intern in the Spanish KFC literally just went on Google, typed in fursuit, grabbed the first fursuit they saw of a chick named Rivalo, and, just made this meme, chucked it up there and went on their way. Because, PR interns ain't really putting much effort into this. They're not even paid half the time. But anyway, of course, the furry fandom, they saw this and they just collectively lost their shit. Because, oh my god, brands, invading our space. And I can understand why a lot of them were upset. I mean, a lot of people are worried about brands invading the furry fandom. But what they did just went over the board. Now, what could have happened is if Rivalo had an issue with their fursuit being used for this, they could have issued a DMCA, had the image struck, and KFC, being a proper corporation, would have taken it seriously. They wouldn't stand for that kind of stuff. They would realise, oh, we fucked up, we're sorry. But no, not the furry fandom. No, the furry fandom can't be that well thought out. No. The furry fandom decided to respond in the way only the furry fandom could. They bombarded the tweet with fucking furry porn. Because, of course they did. That is the natural reaction to these types of things. Let's just bombard them with porn. And not just the tame stuff either. They went all out. They picked out, the most fetishy kind of stuff they could. And they just slapped it all over this tweet. They were hammering it for hours, and the original person who started this is crowing all over Twitter being, oh, look how great I am, I'm fighting the corporations, and all y'all need to go fight the corporations too, and people are making memes about this bullshit. And they're acting like what they're doing is completely justified and the best course of action, which, sorry to break it to you dudes, but it's not. And they're quite happily throwing around the term, let's make furry unmarketable. That's their tagline for this bullshit. Well, guess what, fuckos? It's time for you guys to learn about something called consequences. And unfortunately, it's not just these idiots who gotta deal with the consequences, but the whole fandom is gonna deal with the consequences of their actions. Now, as you guys probably know, the fandom doesn't have the best reputation, and a lot of its members do get hassled both online and IRL for being furries, which isn't groovy in my opinion. And for the most part, it's not warranted. But when you see stuff like this going on, think about it. There's random people who aren't, KFC execs or, high-up businessmen, just random people who've gone on that page, saw, a cute meme and gone into the comment section and just been blasted with this stuff. Their first impression of the furry fandom is fucking porn, fucking gnarly shit. That's their first impression. Innocent people who could have otherwise seen the furry fandom in a positive light are now seeing it at its fucking worst. And they're making connections in their brains right now. They're thinking to themselves, well, that's what the furry fandom is about, because that's what they did to this KFC post. So they're going away, and when they encounter furries elsewhere, whether online or in real life or whatever, they're going to be putting two and two together and thinking, hey, it's one of them furries who are into all that sick shit I saw on the KFC post. So now, as a consequence of these dickheads' actions, there's going to be innocent furries out there getting in the neck, being tarnished with this reputation that is undeserved for the innocent furries being targeted by it, which, ain't cool, dudes, because you are essentially, they say shit rolls downhill, your shit rolled down onto KFC, onto some innocent dudes, and now onto some random innocent furry on the street. Good game, guys. Great going. Fucking brilliant. This is completely undoing all the hard work of people like Uncle Kage and the Anthropon Corporation, who've gone out of their way to show that the furry fandom is a family-friendly group of people who you can bring your whole family to the conventions. Like Anthropon, you see whole families going to this. Fucking Pittsburgh, which is full of corporations, by the way, absolutely love the furry fandom because of the efforts of people like Uncle Kage. And this kind of bullshit is screwing that up. You're making the furry fandom unmarketable because you don't like it, and now the rest of the fandom is going to suffer. what happens if the Western Hotel or the convention centre decides, hey, we don't want Anthrocon here anymore because, oh, KFC, you saw the KFC post, you guys are not good business, we don't want you anymore. What would happen if that happened? How many conventions are going to try and get a hotel now and be hit with, oh no, your fandom's unmarketable, we don't want you at our hotel, please go somewhere else. And how many youngsters are going to be like, oh, I'm going to tell my parents that I'm a furry, and they tell their parents, and their parents have seen this KFC shit, and they're like, I'm not having a furry in my family, and instead of welcoming it and being cool with it, you get parents who are like, sending their kids to fucking re-education camps or some bullshit, and I realise I'm exaggerating there, but I don't care. You know what I mean. Now, right now, you may be screaming at the video, oh, but we can't let the corporations get into the furry fandom, we can't let this happen. Well, newsflash for you dudes, they're already here. They have been here for 20 or 30 years. This isn't something new. So hitting this with porn isn't going to stop the corporations from coming into the furry fandom. Just check out this beer company from Germany. Or, hell, look at the Orangina ads from France. You can't say there wasn't a furry involved in either of these things. And while we're on the subject, I'm going to refer to Lab Rat's video on this subject that dropped yesterday, where she talks about how, the fandom is already being hit with Chinese knockoff fursuits that are, already exploiting the fandom, with cheap knockoff fursuits that look absolutely, well, ugh. And this, funnily enough, is with Harlow again. But at the end of the day, it's not the Western corporations we need to worry about. It's these knockoff Alibaba fursuits that are the issue. KFC doing a funny meme that we can all laugh at, as a fandom, that is not an issue. If anything, that's encouraging more people to join the fandom, make the fandom more mainstream, and that in itself is a good thing because that means more friends for us to chill with. So what? I just don't get. It really boils my piss seeing this happen. We really shouldn't be trying to make the fandom unmarketable because it just hurts us in the long run, whether it's through convention venue cancellations or just shit that we get on the street from people who have got a bad impression of furries through this whole drama. If anything, we should be taking the Uncle Kage approach and trying to make this fandom more marketable to the general muggle population out there. Try and make this fandom more family friendly so people can see all the great accomplishments that members of this fandom have done. Like, one of our members worked on the COVID vaccine. We've had a guy go into space. There are furries who have done some absolutely great and fantastic things, and they are being tarred with some shithead dropping porn on some poor KFC intern who didn't know any better. It's not like the KFC CEO is like, yes, let's post my persona today because we're invading the furry fandom and we're going to take all their chicken nuggies. No, dude, it was just some unpaid dude behind a desk somewhere who thought, this topic's trending, let's jump on it and, let's get a little bit of hype because it's pretty cool. The fact that KFC okayed this proves that Uncle Kage and the other furs trying to, make us more approachable were succeeding, and then you guys just drop this shit on it and just fuck it all up. So thank you very much for tuning in to what has become a bit of a rant on my part. I apologise for that. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And swing by Lab Rat's video. I will drop a link in the description below. Check out what she has to say because she has a couple of good points that, I think really come into this that you might want to check out. But other than that, I hope you guys have a most excellent day, an amazing week, and I will see you guys in the next video, okay? Take care, ta! As a side note, after recording this video, I did see that another channel, Sarah's Things, has dropped their own video. It's got a couple more points that you might find interesting, so go check that out as well, okay? Thank you very much, my dudes.